Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. Sorry, just hit my head on the my phone holder. So, I'm gonna try that bracelet with the frosted beads. But they kind of look, I don't know, to me they kind of look like they are gray-ish. Like compared to the orange, when it's up against the orange, it kind of looks grayish. I mean, these are silver lined. These are silver lined frosted crystal. So I thought that would work. We'll try. And then these are silver lined crystal as well. We'll give it a try. So these are 4mm pearls that I had bought from Panda Hall a while ago. They came in, I think it was like $8 for 20 strands of multicolored pearls. That's how I got the green ones and the purplish ones as well. I also have another color, maybe two. The gold ones were in there. I can't remember what other colors. I think there was a red, like a maroonish. So, let's see if this is enough beads here. They're not the best. You know, they do flake. I guess it's to be expected with the price, right? Okay, so I am going to use, I have this just sitting here. So I'm going to start with that. It's 8-pound crystal fireline. Avalanche. My other one fell. See. So it is 0.18 millimeters, if that helps. Okay. Sorry, I'm slightly discombobulated here. I'll be right back. So I'm hoping you're going in the right direction, because my phone, when I put it on pause, it doesn't show it. I think it is. Okay, so these are 11-0 Miyukis, and these are 15-0 Tohos. That's what I have. It might work. I don't know. It just kind of looks grayish because of the silver, I guess. And I'm washing clothes today, so I'm gonna have to pause you periodically. See, like this one is flaking. That one. There's another one here. So just pick through them. You really don't want to use them. I had a different bead for my stopper bead here, but I can no longer find it. It's somewhere. My shadow jumps up here, everything goes crazy. Thought about using these too. They're a little lighter, but I don't have anything to match them. So maybe I could use them and these. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Guess I'm just going to use this as my stop bead. So, okay. Boy, that's scary. When you think it fell out of your hand and it's actually in your hand. I'm so used to longer thread that I just almost yanked that right out. I'm just using this to get rid of to use it rather than have it sit around or toss it. There's a good yard on it, I would think. Ow. Alright, let me go check my clothes because I think I have to switch loads. I'll be right back. Not yet, but in a couple minutes. Okay. So, this is my stop bead, but I would recommend using a different color bead. The only way I'm going to keep track of it is because that's the one that's flaking. So what you want to do is you pick up an 11-0, a pearl, and 11-0, that one looks really tiny. Actually looks like a 15-0. My pearl, and 11-0, a pearl, an 11-0, and a pearl. And then you're going to bring your work down to your stop bead. And normally well, actually I have been lately. I'm just going to tie this in a knot and then remove the stop bead so I'm not confused about what is what. It also makes it less, keeps the tension better. Looks like that one is flaking as well. Maybe it was just the reflection. Could have been just the reflection. Okay, so I want to get my tail out of the way. So I think I'm going to go through this seed bead so I can pop my knot into it. And then that'll be out of the way as well. Okay. And hidden. So I'm going to go across from, I want to get to the opposite side of that tail. So it's out of my way. That's good enough. Okay. So now what you're going to do is pick up a seed bead, a pearl. These are glass pearls, not real pearls. So a seed bead, a pearl, a seed bead, a pearl, and a seed bead when we get there. Okay, so we're coming out of this side of our pearl. We're going to go into this side, and that will make a circle. Just like that. So now you can continue, you can advance your thread to over here and just keep adding this part if you want, and then come back and we'll do the other part. Personally, I tend to do it this way only because I like the way it flows better. So we're going to pick up 3 15-0s. These are 4mm bicones too, sorry. I pick up our bicone and another 3 15-0s. And then we're going to, now I want it to go to the right. So I'm coming out of the side of this bead here. I'm going to go into this bead here on the opposite, in the opposite side. And there we go. So that's what you have. on your thread, on your work so far. So now I'm going to go follow my thread path. I'm going to go down here. Into this bead here. Now, be careful when you're doing that, because I noticed a couple times I got one of these seed beads stuck. My thread went over it, so let's see if this works. These seem a little bit more wobbly. I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. So now we're coming out of there. I'm going to go down here. You want to set yourself up for your next unit if you're doing it this way. If you're doing it the other way, you just have to add this part. In which case, it's probably easier that way. I don't know why I do it this way. How about I move you, and then you won't keep getting stuck. Good idea? Good idea. Okay. So now you're here, and you're set up for your next one of these guys. So you're just going to pick up your 11-0. Your pearl. Your 11-0. Your pearl. Pearl, and another 11-0. So what you should have on your needle is this, on your thread. 4 seed beads alternated with 3 pearls. You go back into this, the opposite side of that bead we came out of. It's gonna look nice. I didn't think it would, but you pick up 3 15-0s, your bicone, and 3 15-0s. Okay, so if you're just doing this part all the way down, when you come back around, you're just going to have to, you'll just be going from here to here, right? And you'll be set up for that next one. So now you'll be set up to do this one, and you just keep going up instead of doing it the way I'm doing it. It would probably be easier that way, especially if you're just learning. I do it this way, I think, because I like to see what it's going to look like. I don't have patience to wait. And I'd hate to get all the way done and then it not the way, not like the way it looks. Okay? So there we have another one. And when you're doing this part, just remember you have to go down your seed bead, your pearl, your seed bead, and then into the opposite pearl, into the pearl opposite of the one that you're coming out of, that you start with. It's easy. if your hands want to cooperate and your beads want to cooperate. Okay. So, one more time, you're going to pick up a seed bead. You're always going to be picking up a seed bead alternated with a pearl and ending. You're starting with the seed bead and ending with the seed bead. These are 11 O's. The ones on top are 15 O's. And you're going to go into the opposite end of the bead that you're coming out of. And if you're doing it this way, you're going to add your top part. If not, you're just going to go back around and add your next little right angle, next right angle weave there. So you would just come back around here, follow your thread path around till you get to here, and then add another set, and then keep going till you get to the size that you need. Leave about, it depends on what type of clasp you're using. Toggle clasp, you'll need about 1 inch. If you're using a magnetic clasp, you'll need about 1/2 inch. So keep that in mind when you're working your way down. Excuse me, when you get to the other end. So then the next part is 3 seed beads, 3 15 O's, a bicone, and 3 15 O's. We're just going to continue that all the way down until we get to the size we need. I'm not going to add my clasp yet. You can, but I'm going to wait until I come back around, because I want to add them both at the same time, because I'm using 2 magnetic clasps, or at least I think I am. At least I think I am. I don't think I have anything that would match. See, this is going to be hard too, because maybe I'll use silver, to match the white. I guess I would use the silver, yeah. Yeah. So I'll use 2 silver magnetic clasps. If you're using a toggle, I would, depending on the size of the toggle, I would use just 1. Because these are 4mm beads, remember, it's not a 6mm bead. So meet me back here when you're done, when you get to the length you need, and then we'll work on the other side. Okay? It's just repetition, that's all. Get this one done, and then I'm going to pause you because I have to switch loads anyway, so I might as well do it while the timing is right. Okay. Just the same thing over and over again. I do like it. The frosted kind of looks like white pearls, sort of. I like it. Just didn't think it was going to work out. Like, I thought it would at first, but then I saw them and said, they kind of have a, I guess because of the silver in them, They looked a little grayish, but it works. Okay, I'm going to pause you now. And I'll come back when I get to the end, to the size I need. Okay? I shall return. Okay, so I wanted to tell you, you're going to need about 100 pearls to make this bracelet. 4mm pearls. I wanted to tell you that, and I wanted to measure this. So from clasp to clasp, it's 7 inches. Yeah. So in this part here is slightly over a quarter of an inch, like 3/8 of an inch. Wait a minute. Without the clasp, let's see. Without the clasp, it's slightly over, like a hair over a quarter of an inch. And each little segment here is approximately a half an inch. So that kind of gives you an idea of how much you would need to add for a larger bracelet. Just wanted to tell you that while I was thinking of it. Okay, I'm still here. I'll be back. I'm sorry, that didn't make sense to me because I use about 19 segments, and if it was a half an inch per segment, it would be a 10-inch bracelet. So it's this unit here is slightly under 3/8 of an inch. So if you get to, say, 6.5 inches, and you need a 7-inch bracelet, then you would add, you would stop there because you need to add your clasp. If you needed a 7.5-inch bracelet, then I would add another segment and just measure it around your wrist and see if it will work with your clasp. I know for myself, I use 19 of these little segments, and that fits my wrist. And I guess my wrist is 7 inches. I thought it was 6.5. It's hard to tell on a ruler. Anyway, so I'm gonna finish this again. I'm sorry to keep bouncing back and forth, but it's like if I don't say something when I'm thinking of it, I'll never, I won't remember it, and some information is important, you know? So I'll be back when I get to the end. Okay, so I'm at the end of my thread, pretty much. I mean, I could probably get one more unit out of it, but I don't want to push it, and then not have enough to tie my knots. So I figured I would show you how to tie your knots as well as add more thread. So let me see which side is going to be my inside. This side. So to the right. I'm going to put a little half hitch knot here on this thread and then go into my pearl. So that way it'll pull the knot into the pearl. Then I'm going to follow my thread path. Put a knot here. Sorry for shaking it. Sometimes I get caught on that other, on those other beads, and I don't want to do that. I'll put another half-inch knot here. And one more. And I'm just going to weave it through a little bit and cut it and add some more. So I don't know. I'm thinking about calling it the Elegant Creamsicle. How's that? I'm a goofball. What can I say? All right. Now, let me return when I get my needle threaded, because sometimes this takes a long time. Okay, so when I add thread, I figure, like with this type of thing, I try to figure out where I want to be coming out of. So I want my needle to be coming out of here, so I can add my next unit and then add that. So that means I have to backtrack a little bit. Put my needle there, that should work. Should. Oh, see something? See this right here? I somehow got my thread caught in there. Probably when I was tying a knot. Okay. So, I'm coming in, I'll be going this way, this way, this way. Nope, wrong way. Come around that way. Yeah, okay. So I always go like at least 3 things back. 3 units back. Sections, whatever you want to call them. Now I'm going to tie a little knot here. Ow. I forgot to mention in the beginning, I usually use about 2 wingspans of thread. So that's what I'm working with right now, is 2 wingspans. If you're not used to working with that much, then you can always add thread. There we go. I also wanted to show you something else, so as soon as I get my thread pulled there. I get stuck on everything. Well, Robin, if you put the stuff away. Okay, so let me show you. It's going to twist. See how it's like, it looks like it's twisting? Because all of these are going in the same direction. And you're stitching on one side. But don't worry about it, because when you start adding the other side, that'll take care of it. It won't be twisted anymore. So I wanted to tell you that. The worst part about adding thread is now I have that extra tail in the way. I come in and out of that seed bead. Yes, I am. Okay. So that's how you would add your thread. Just kind of backtrack to where, figure out where you need to be coming out of. And then follow the maze backwards. Yes. Tails, tails, more tails. I think that's the biggest reason I don't like adding thread. Is because now you have the extra tail in the way. So I still need to get back to the bottom, to the end anyway. So what I'm going to do is put my tail in this one from the added thread, not the end one. And then finish this side of the bracelet, and I'll be back.